Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years for tonight's main event. 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division, and the anticipation for this bout has grown as the week has gone on. A lot of talk behind these two. Now it's time to walk the walk. He's showing you that intensity that so many of the very best will display during a ring walk. Totally focused. He's had this experience so many times, and success has always come on the back end of these ring walks. It's his focus at this moment that delivers it.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
Well, they are underway, scheduled for 10 rounds tonight between these two. That is a strong uppercut there. Able to land with the right. How about a return to sender with the left hand? And now he digs in with that hook to the body. Well-placed left hand there. Scored well up top. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Good step back, counter punch there.
Beautiful.
And there he counters back against his opponent. Up top with the quick hook. Blocking a score. Good shot there with that left. Scored well up top. Seconds remaining in this round. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. And that's the end of the round. A round in which this guy just didn't show a whole lot of defense. Teddy, why is it that everybody thinks they can punch, but not everybody knows how to defend themselves?
Well, you know, I take a guy off the street, and I guarantee you, Joe, he'll come in the ring, he'll start swinging, he'll windmill a little bit, but getting away from the punches, that's something that has to be taught. There you go.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Downstairs with a right hand. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. Scores with the uppercut. That punch nowhere close. Blocks that punch. He brings a big power punch, and it landed well.
Well, we've been talking about getting in his kitchen. He went in there and he ate everything.
clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy, and so many times it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body, and he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
He comes right back with a big one of his own. Digging in with a left to the gut. There he is from long range using that jab.
Joe, if you're on the outside, say at a picnic, you want to keep those insects away, you use insect repellent. While you're on the outside as a fighter, you want to keep your opponent away, that jab, that's the way to go.
That wasn't able to land. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Boy, he is shaky right there. He is on shaky ground in the ring right now. You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he was doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I notice is his back's not leaning against the corner pads. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
Start a new round here. It's hard to believe that we're even in this round based on how that last round finished.
Well, if you ever watch some of those Houdini movies, you know, the great escape artist, kind of hard to believe he got out of some of those fixes he was in. You know, inside that box with chains around him underwater. He's going to have to do a Houdini right here.
Oh, what an uppercut. Good body shot. The right hand came home. You know, we only show up when it's time to watch them do their thing for the fight, but they're really working at it day in and day out just to make weight. What's so tough about making weight in boxing?
Well, it can weigh you down. I mean, it takes discipline. And all of a sudden, it allows you a trail of excuses, because now you can start to say, well, gee, you know, I didn't do this, you know, it's the drudgery of it, and it's the consistency of it. When you have to stay at a weight, you have to watch that weight, you have to balance it where you're also going to be able to have a physicality when you get in the ring. You don't want to be weak, so you want to get that right balance where you're disciplined, you get the weight down, but you don't lose that physical edge.
See him trying to cut down that tree with a well-placed right hand. Blocks that punch. Fires right back at him. There's a nice left hand able to get in. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. And we come to the end of the round. Ahead on Teddy's scorecard as we start round number 4, but I still think that either fighter could take complete control of this fight. He's up around right now. Comes right back at him with a left hand. I really like what he's doing here. I mean, if you were to pick any one piece of weaponry that you say aligns with what he is strategically as a fighter, it is the jab, and he's firing it off beautifully.
And he's firing it off consistently all night at the right distance. He's getting full extension on that punch. And that's making him effective offensively and safe defensively. He's out of the other fighter's range.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Left to the body. Halfway through round number 4. Boy, just staying on the outside, away from danger, and scoring well. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Good flush shot upstairs. What a crushing blow up top he just landed.
That's why you don't pull straight back.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Here in these later rounds, you can start to see a trend, and one is developing. He cannot get away from that left hand.
Now listen, when you throw your punches, it's not enough just to chuck them out there. You gotta throw them from the right distance. He's throwing them from a little too close, where he's vulnerable, as you said, to that left hand.
End of the round of what has been a very close and highly competitive fight. Teddy, how do you see this right now?
I see it almost dead even. And I see whoever finishes the rounds, because in these kind of tight rounds, if you finish up good, the judges remember that.
We got it.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. Good counter punch. What a trap he just set, and he lands a nice counter punch.
Yeah, that's the old Casper the Ghost trick there. You know, you're there one time, you give him a little shade, you know, a little shadow, and then he throws at you, you pull back, bang, come right back with your own.
Took a shot, now he gives a left. Counter punch up top. Able to block and counter back. Missed the body shot. That's a serious power punch he just landed to the head. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
That shot unable to land. Defense easily turns into offense. Blocks a blow, sends an uppercut. That right hand serving him well. You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Really fun-looking fight so far here. We've reached the halfway mark. Teddy, your impressions as to what we're going to see in the second half of this fight?
More of the same. I don't think these fighters know how to do anything, at least tonight. They came here with this mentality, and you know what? You can't really change gears at this point. You're going to see more of the same.
And we are back underway. Another round in a fight that's been very entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be a judge. This is one of those fights that could go either way. A little defense turns into offense. He blocks the shot, comes right back with one of his own. Well-timed, well-placed uppercut there. don't like this at all, Teddy. I mean, it's one thing to stand toe-to-toe. It's another thing to never even move. You got to show some movement.
Maybe he's breaking down. Maybe he's already spit the bit. You know, if he falls down, everybody in the world's going to know that he let himself fall down. He gave up. But there's different ways, different phases of giving in. And this might be one of those phases.
Nice work with the left hand. Big uppercut right on the mark. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Good job fighting from the outside. He scores with the left. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Just missed scoring with that punch. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. I like the way he looked at the end of that round. It looks like he's gaining some momentum here. Good competitive fight. And I do believe that he's up on the scorecards.
Yeah, I have it the same way.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Unable to land that shot. That right hand serving him well. Good, strong combo. Scores well to the head with the right hand. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Comes right back with some offense of his own. And he just holds on there. Piercing jab. Accurate shot. Straight right hand comes in. One of the fastest punches in the game. You see how he just turns over that hook? Just off the mark with that punch. Able to time that left hand and score with it. 1, 2 jabs. Final 10 seconds. Good solid right hand he lands there. 3 minutes gone by in this round.
We got it. All right. All we need is water up there, and that's it.
Start of round number 8. If this was a football game and you looked up at the scoreboard, you may be channel surfing, but not here, not in this fight game, when power punching always gives a guy who's down one last chance.
Now, you can change the script when you have power. You know, Cinderella could punch like this guy. There never would have been a pumpkin at 12 o'clock.
He really digs in when he decides to throw that uppercut. Good job. Solid left. Wow, what an uppercut. Teddy, he's just covering up. That's all he's doing, but it gives his opponent so much time to pick where he isn't.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. I mean, first of all, some of them are going to get through, and some of them were watching them. They're getting through, and you just touched on it. I mean,
oh, he just ate a big uppercut right there. He had no idea it was coming his way. He does not. Look at that. Big left hand, and he goes down. Somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
and if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
He missed with that headshot. Solid straight right hand. Took a shot, now he gives a left. And he's really doing a nice job of hitting the mark with the jab.
And that's exactly what he needs. And it's not hard to hit the mark when the mark's coming at you. The right choice of a punch.
Teddy, what advice would you be giving to this charge if you were training him, knowing he's coming off of a good solid effort in that last round and likely is up in a close fight?
Well, you know, sometimes I'm not sure what to tell a guy, but I know what not to tell him. I wouldn't tell him he's up. I wouldn't tell him to let up. That's one thing for sure. I tell him, keep doing the same things you're doing. Stay right with it.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Very accurate with the double jab. Banking away a body shot with the right hand. We got a fighter who was knocked down earlier, who, as you can see, is still going about his business the exact same way. Let's turn the tables a bit. If you're opposite that fighter, what do you want to do?
What you want to do is just keep going. And hey, you know that old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, he's giving it to you. Keep taking it. Keep going to that well until there's no more water. If he's giving you an opportunity to catch him with the same thing, keep doing it.
And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Final chance. Last 10 seconds of round 9. Boom, left hand comes home. A little head hunting with the right. End of the round, end of the round, a round I do believe that he was able to take. But his opponent is there stride for stride. This is going to be a close fight. Teddy, where do you have him on the scorecards? Is he up?
Yeah, I have him slightly ahead. But as you said, very close fight. And the kind of fight where you let up for a moment, you're going to lose it.
You gotta watch the water in the corner.
They have given a lot tonight. Now one more opportunity to give a little more. The final round is upon us. Targeting that straight left hand. Some fine fundamentals, good counter punch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese, he used distance.
Oh, everybody Everybody will tell you, you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
Clean shot with the right. He engages in the clinch. Halfway through this 10th and final round. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. That was off the mark. Nice work to the midsection with the left. Good power punch. The right hand landed. Right to the belt line. Now he ties up there. Completely missing with that punch. Oh, how about that? Comes back with a power punch of his own. Fires off the hook. Look at that. To the belt line he goes with the left hand. Final bell of what is going to be a very tough fight to score.
I mean, you could make a case in every round for both guys. And that is all you need to know how difficult this decision will be.
Sometimes you really never know what's going through a judge's mind, what he's seeing compared to what others are seeing. In this case, the guy we thought was winning this fight ends up losing the fight.
Yeah, look, they didn't back up the trucks and take everything out of the warehouse when we weren't looking. We were looking. They backed up a car, okay? A small car. But it's still a robbery.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night. Everybody, Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for our main event. 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division. A lot of talk heading into tonight's matchup. Everybody expecting this to be a great night of action. He's on his way to take this tough challenge inside the ropes, but not much focus and passion in these final moments leading the way here. Davis's ring walk, just a cool, calm stride to him. Looks like just another day in his life.
right, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Let's touch them up.
10 rounds slated in the books tonight. Here's the first. Davis is hit up top hard. A hammering hook by Davis. Right on the mark with the hook up top. That's classic work with the double jab. Committing now to the left hand. Good straight shot. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. Targeting that head and landing with a bomb. Down he goes. Now up he gets.
And if he wants to stay up, he's going to have to grab on. Kill a little time.
And a huge counter shot by Davis. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. He scored well after being hit himself. Good left there. A stinging uppercut by Davis. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Blocks it away. Davis is in the spot he wants. Now he takes a respite after just scoring the knockdown in that last round.
Joe, you feel good, just like if you're a lawyer in a courtroom and the judge just sustained your objection. You know what? You're winning.
Start of a new round, and it seems like a whole new man. Hard to believe that this is the fighter that was just knocked down in the last round.
Well, he's got some of those great recovery skills, kind of like Arturo Gatti used to always have. You know, he was a guy that he could be battered, he could look like he was barely hanging on, and then all of a sudden the next round he looked good to go.
Oh, that's a good hook to the body. Davis is once again the target of a hook. Good job staying away from the danger there. Well-placed counter punch by Davis. Oh, what a power punch by Davis. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landing power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Well-targeted left hand by Davis. Teddy, he did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counter punch.
Looked like the will of the wisps, the old great Willie Pett. Made him miss, made him pay.
And just grabbing onto his opponent. Flush shot, the left hand came in. That is a serious counter punch right there. Crashes home with the uppercut. Good effective work with that straight right hand. Committing to the work downstairs with the left. Davis is hitting the mark right now. How precise was he there with that three-punch combo? A quick, devastating hook by Davis. And round number 3 is underway. He has his target. He lands a straight right. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. A well-placed left hand up top. That is a sharp uppercut by Davis. Accurate counterpunch by Davis. Oh, what a left hand. Solid. Oh, and he goes down again. The question is, can he rise up and continue on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But, Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Solid left hand to the head. We're seeing a lot of work to the body here early on by him. Teddy, is that a certain mentality, these guys that commit to being a body puncher?
Yeah, because they understand that.
Big shot he just scored with. How is this going to go on? Once again, he hits the deck.
Well, he's getting practice at it, so he might figure it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And it's over. This fight is over. Davis's hand to be raised in victory. He scores the knockout here tonight. I never saw that coming. An early knockout victory. That's a stunner, Teddy.
So as I look at it, maybe not as surprising as everybody else is, because he came out very dry, no sweat on him at all, and he got caught cold.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night. Good evening, everybody. Glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you. First round underway in this scheduled 10-rounder. Zoning in with the overhand left. Comes with the right. Parries that punch away. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. A crushing power shot after blocking his opponent. So he decides to go downstairs early on, and I think he'll be happy with that decision later on.
Well, it tells you that he's a well-prepared fighter. Corner came in here with a good game plan. They understood what they had in front of them. A guy that's going to move a little bit. Start going downstairs, taking the air out of the tires, and later on, he'll be in front of you.
Good step back counter punch there. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Nice, sharp, fundamentally sound hook right there, and it served him well. Step to the side and then lands the counter.
Yeah, disappear on him, and then all of a sudden appear on him.
Good looking uppercut that time. Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. And now a well-placed hook to the head. Well, he's committed to the left hand, and it's paying off here. And we come to the end of the round, and you know his trainers gotta love that, because they stress, hey, go out there and be smart with what you're doing. He was very smart about when to throw and how to land it.
And that's the key in the sweet science. Placing your punches, as you said, making them count.
Well, he looks fresh and ready to go here. Smart punch right there. The uppercut worked. Oh, that got him. That wrecked him right there. He's down for the first time. But he's going to continue on, beating the count. Able to lock in that target and bring it home well.
One or two more of those, it'll be the end of the night.
He's got confidence he can crack, and he just did there.
And he had the distance, Joe, the height that he wanted to set up that punch.
Look at this, another power punch able to land. Early on in this fight, he's going for it.
Yeah, you wonder if he's got a call waiting outside.
Halfway through round number 2. Had his target in mind, but just missed. There's a good right hand. What a great round this has turned into. After doing the hurting, now he's the one hurt.
Joe, this is about wit, grit, and spit. This is about fighting.
Good left hand able to land. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Unable to score with the hook. He digs in, trying to bank away body shots with the combo. Solid left hand. How about that? What a round we just saw. Both men were able to get to the other. Both men seemingly hurt in that round.
And the kind of round where a judge really has to do his job. Everyone else does their job. Trainers, managers, we're trying to do ours. But now it's up to the judges to really look at that and find where they can separate the two fighters.
I wonder if those 60 seconds were enough, Teddy. He was knocked down in that last round. Now he's right back out there.
That 60 seconds has been enough for fighters in his position before. This sport's been around way over 100 years. It's up to him to do the things he needs to do early on in this round.
Right hand downstairs. That is a strong uppercut there. And he returns on that exchange. Well-placed left hand there. Body shot lands. It was the right. Off to the side. A little swing and a miss going upstairs. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Gets rid of that effort. Boy, that worked out well with the uppercut. He digs in with the left hand to the body. A big body shot. Not much caution here. He's just made a decision that, heck, I got to try to end this fight any way I can after being hurt myself.
Yeah, but what...
Just ate a big uppercut. He's in bad shape. And this round comes to an end. We talk about it often, but jumping out and taking the lead on the scorecards can be so critical. He's done so in these first 3 rounds thanks to that knockdown.
Yeah, he has, but it can also hurt you because now if he starts laying back and just waiting for that next big punch, guess what? His opponent gets right back into the fight.
That's a flush shot, banking away those body shots with the left hand. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. And a right hand lands flush. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
And now a little combination punching, landing both shots. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. To the head he goes with a left hand. Lands a big hook. Good shot there with that left. Doing well on the outside. Good return fire that time. Solid uppercut. Oh, and you can see now he's starting to target that jab with more and more confidence. Oh, he turns it over right into a hook. Last 10 seconds. There's a nice left hand able to get in. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like, going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. Scored well with that right hand to the body. Showing you some defense there with the block. Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see. Nice work with the left hand. And he just turns that hook up top, and it does damage. Halfway into round number 5 here. Just missed with that punch. Oh, and they decide to trade there. Big shot, the right came clean. Snaps that jab out. That's a momentum changer upstairs. Committing well now to that left hand over the top. Well, it may be one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Oh, what an uppercut. He scores with the left. Sixth round now underway. Let's see who can really come on here in the second half of this fight. And banging away he goes. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment. So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Very good work right there. The power shot after blocking his opponent's effort. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say, when you're calm in there, when you're in control in there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Solid shot, the overhand left. Left to the body. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. He just missed that shot up top. Teddy, we know what the problem is. He's getting hit by left hands. Offer up the solution.
Well, Joe, there's 3 lines of defense. Either you're blocking punches, you're moving your head, or you're using his leg. The problem, he's not using any of those.
Able to time that left hand and score with it. Left to the body. Good exchange. He fires back. Well done that time, landing the counter punch. Nice work with the jab on the outside. Solid uppercut. Goes up top with a right hand. Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Off the mark there. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point. But not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That wasn't going to be an easy night. You were going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Real good sign for him right here. He's coming out and looks fresh. He's up on his toes and boxing the way he was. That after a round in which he was knocked down.
Yeah, that's about DNA. That's about genetics. I mean, he has good recovery skills. That's it.
Good looking counter punch. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. You see how he comes over the top with that left hand. Well-placed shot there. Nice block. Accurate with the straight left. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. At the halfway point of round 7. Good looking jab there. Well, we've seen the complete opposite, Teddy. We've seen fighters that when they've been knocked down, they become desperate or they completely close the door and get overly cautious. This fighter's fighting the same way he's ever fought.
Yeah, and that's either going to be a good or a bad thing. That's the confidence that he's going to get it right, that he understands himself, that he's not going away from his game, from his fight, or he's going to pay an awful penalty for it because his opponent is going to pick up on that predictability, and he's going to keep banging him with the same reason.
He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Good fundamental work, landing the 1-2 there. How about that left hand? A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. And this round comes to an end.
Here you go. Back to back.
You know, I get the sense as we open up this 8th round that he knows exactly where he stands right now. He's slightly up on your scorecard, but you can see he's got a little pep in his step.
Yeah, and he has a choice to make. Do you just stay in? Really, this is what separates guys sometimes in anything we do out there, not just boxing, but does he just stay ahead now? Does he just slightly stay ahead? Maybe the other guy catches up then. Or does he look to go after it? Does he look to close the show? Take more.
That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. He got rocked earlier in this fight. I don't see him changing much up, Teddy. Would you be advising him that now is time for an adjustment?
Well, you have to have a plan B, maybe even a plan C when you come into it. Maybe he doesn't have one. Now, if he doesn't have one, you're not going to tell him to start changing up.
He gets to him with an uppercut. Oh, man, he's in rough shape after absorbing that blow. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Wow! Can he get up from this? He's done it before, but can he get up from a second time down? He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well. Look at that. The hook came home with ease. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. I can imagine throughout your career you've been all over a lot of fighters for lack of movement.
Yeah, it's very frustrating because you start to wonder, does he want to win the fight? That's what you start to wonder.
Solid left. Big shot he gonna survive this? Once again, he hits the deck.
He's gonna have to find a way.
Unable to beat the count. It'll go down as a knockout, Teddy.
Perfectly timed punch.
For the official particulars, let's send it up to the ring. That woke up the fans. Wow, did that wake up the fans. A fight that was assured of heading to the judges' scorecards. It ends by knockout.
That's why as a trainer, you like a fight that's close, that's closely contested. There's a little danger going on because then you know that your guy's going to stay alert. Here, there was no danger. He fell asleep, and now he is asleep.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you soon. Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for a much-anticipated main event. 10 rounds of light heavyweight action. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. His ring walk is very interesting here. This isn't over-the-top emotion. This isn't a guy with an intense, glaring stare. Just a guy going to do his job. Davis is coming to the ring right now. We know what he offers up once he's inside the ropes, but not much intensity. Little get-to-know-you here in the opening round, scheduled for 10. Able to place the right hand in there. You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. Davis is showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch. Able to cover up. Davis has been hurt by that shot. good-looking counterpunch. Flush right hand to the body. Halfway through round number 1. And he's holding. Good left there. Great round now, back and forth. After he did the hurting, he's the one hurt.
Joe, simply put, this is about wit, grit, and spit. This is about fighting.
Very nice defensive guard there. A very fan-friendly round, but a headache for the judges. How do you possibly score that round when each man was able to hurt the other?
Well, this is where you have to be a good judge. You have to be a professional judge. You have to use the information that's there. Who won the spots of the round before they each hurt each other? And who hurt the other guy a little more?
Nice work with the uppercut. Davis is proving to be elusive. Great movement to get away from those punches. Flush shot, the left hand came in. Scored well up top. That was a left hand that came raining in on him. He does not look good right now. Expect him to clinch. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Scored well with the left downstairs. Good flush shot upstairs. So right from the start in this fight, he's committed to the body shots.
Well, that's the time to go there right at the beginning, because body work pays off for you later in the fight. No sense in wasting time. Get right to it.
Little head hunting with the left. Good job snapping out that jab.
You know, if you're watching Muhammad Ali, you know you need a jab to move on the outside. But if you're coming forward, you need a jab, and there's proof of it.
Is on the wrong end of a razor-sharp hook. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. So here we are at the end of the round, and this is the only chance these guys get to not throw at each other.
Yeah, this is a break. You know, a lot of times fighters find their own way of taking break during the fight, during the round. These guys really need this minute rest.
Got any more of these? I'll do one. Hey. More blood? Yeah.
So this round is underway, and what a difference a break makes for him. Look at how fresh he is to start this round after getting hit hard and rocked in that last round.
What a difference a rest makes when the corner knows how to take advantage of that rest. They got water on him, they revived him, they massaged his legs a little bit, gave him some encouragement, good to go.
Davis is able to land a good, solid left hand. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
Davis has got to be feeling the impact of that uppercut. That's a razor-sharp uppercut by Davis. scores up top with a left. Both men digging in with uppercuts. Crashes home with a hook. Good snapping jab.
That's what you need to get inside. Hey, Joe, if you're going to rob a bank, you need a smoke screen so the guards don't see you coming. You want to get inside? Use the jab.
There's a right hand. Right to the body. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Solid right by Davis. 10 seconds to go in this third round. Well, he's committed to the left hand, and it's paying off here.
We got it. All we need is one.
Round number 4 is underway. Davis has got to feel pretty good about where things stand right now because he's still very much in this fight. It's anybody's fight, an even fight on your score.
Yeah, I think actually it's going to become a fight of attrition. Whoever's in better shape, because this is every round being contested.
He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Davis is left, working well that time. Cut right on the mark. Davis's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Takes a step back, then the counter punch by Davis.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
Fine fundamentals, good counter punch. Good left hand able to land. Not able to land the headshot. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. Davis's corner knows that their fighter still has much more to do. You cannot just sit back and be content on the stool securing a lead. You have to go out and earn a win. Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. Excellent hook to the head by Davis. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Davis. Takes a punch, then a solid shot by Davis. He's losing this fight, and I think it's easy to see why. He's getting hit by that left hand far too much.
Well, the most elementary thing, the first thing you're taught in boxing is use your left hand. The second thing, get away from it. I guess he never learned that second thing.
Very good, steady double jab there. Davis is still shaking after feeling that uppercut. A solid left hand by Davis. Scored well up top. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counterpunch.
Yeah, you see the counterpunch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Davis is doing well sticking to a game plan on the outside. How about that? 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. All landing. Coming to the end of round number 5. Last 10 seconds.
Got any more of these? I'll do one. Hold it. More blood? Yeah. There you go.
Here we are getting ready for the second half of this fight as we've reached the 6th round. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. A good block. There's that right hand he scores with. How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
You know, one time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway. And then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room. And at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down and you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
Targeting the uppercut, and it worked. He didn't see that left hand, and it got to him badly. He should really tie up now. Davis is banged by a left hand. Oh, there it is. Perfectly executed combination. Davis is down. He's going to have to beat the count.
One, two, three, four, five.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth a right hand. Back to basics here, as you can see the jab becoming a key instrument for him.
Boxing 101. You have an opponent walking in. You want to stay on the outside, use that jab.
Scoring with the right hand by Davis. End of the round there, a round in which we did see the knockdown. And Teddy, when a fighter comes back to the corner, having just been floored, typically how are they acting? What are you seeing out of that?
Just imagine you just walked into a room and somebody hit you from behind. You dropped. You're afraid to go in that room again. So put a light on in that room and explain to him why he got dropped. He will not be afraid to go back in that room.
Start of a new round, and I give credit to his corner. Davis's cornermen did a really good job after a round in which their fighter was knocked down of just being calm and cool.
The way they're supposed to be. You know, we always talk about the fighter having to be calm and the experience that a fighter has. Well, that corner has plenty of experience. They just showed it.
There he is on the inside, doing well. Solid left hand. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautiful.
Well, Customato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. A well-placed left hand up top. A well-targeted hook landed by Davis. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Davis is left now getting into the mix. Oh, and he's going to the body well. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. He nearly lifted him off the ground. What an uppercut by Davis. And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round.
We got it. All we need is water up there.
As we start round number 8 here, it makes me think. This is what makes our job very, very easy, Teddy. We got a good, even fight with both guys giving and taking.
Yeah, anybody could call these kind of fights, even me.
Comes right back with a shot of his own. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. Nice strike after catching one by Davis. He took a go of it to the body, but came up empty. He throws a big wide punch and leaves himself wide open.
Well, it's like leaving your window open in your house in the middle of winter. You know, a lot of cold air is going to come in. Guess what? Some hooks are coming in soon.
Able to counter that attack. The halfway point of round number 8. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Wow, what an uppercut. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to land with the right. He missed with that headshot. Scored well with the counter punch, overhand left. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. Well-placed left hand there. Well-timed by Davis. He took a step back, landed the counterpunch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Davis has got to be in control of things after that round. This is a good fight, very good fight. I give his opponent credit, but I do believe he's ahead on the scorecards.
Yeah, but you want to keep that carrot out in front of him. Keep him running after something, you know? The worst thing is all of a sudden he thinks he's got the carrot, and he's sitting there, he's chomping away at it, and guess what? The tortoise goes right past him, or in this case, his opponent.
He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Blocks that one. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Well, we know he survived earlier, but now he goes down for a second time. Davis's climb back up from the canvas may inspire him. Really on the mark with that overhand left. Solid right by Davis. And yet another big shot comes in. Can you believe that? What a a huge punch. You couldn't have seen that one coming.
And those are the ones you usually don't prepare for. You prepare for the ones that are more sophisticated, the ones that are a little tighter in the gym.
The ref stops the fight. Davis is smashed, and he can't get up. Unable to beat the count. So here we are late in the fight, just coasting along, and then that happens.
And that's exactly why it happened, because he was coasting along. Everybody was comfortable. Everybody thought nothing big's going to happen. We're going to wrap it up. And that's when something like this does happen.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening.